with predictions for both nights of WrestleMania, here is your host, the West Coast Professor, Jeff Meacham. And we're not blocked off because my suck. There we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I know it's impromptu. I know we are starting at a different time, but thank you all for joining everybody at the Jeff Meacham Network, who you'll see momentarily. It's going to be a little different than we did on Tuesday because, well, I'm on a 2-hour time crunch and we can't go more than 2. So let's go ahead and bring everybody in right now. I'll do it all at once here. We'll just do the intros very quickly here. Boom. There you go. Kind of worked out. The logo is up in Mike's corner because we don't see Mike on screen. So it works out. So anyway, let me unmute everybody here so you can actually hear them rather than just watch them do pantomime, which is always funny also, but you know. Let me get everybody unmuted here. I sound like Michael Hayes going, that's okay. All right. Anyway, so to
Dory's
this side of me, Dory's still muted. I don't know why Dory's still muted. I thought I hit the unmute button, but we will see.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Mike is also still unmuted.
Well,
I self-muted myself. Don't worry about it.
Okay. He self-muted because we were having audio issues with him before we went on the air. So, okay. This seems very weird. All right. So let me go ahead and do that for my own ego not being so pushed. Come on, damn thing. Anyway, all right. We're running out of time here. All right. So top left, our commentary man himself, the man who will be calling the action all weekend long for the Jeff Meacham Network, be it Ring of Honor or WrestleMania. He is the simple man. He is the simple fan, but he is our favorite commentary guy. He is Noah Foster. Noah, how are you, sir?
Doing well. It's nice to see y'all again. It's going to be a wild weekend to say the least, and it's nice to engage in some new faces here, too, for the first time on the Jeff Meacham Network. So looking forward to chatting all this and more with all of you.
Yes, so to Noah's left, if the thing would move, it did move. There we go. Okay, to Noah's left on screen, but right in your view, is his commentary partner for WrestleMania, his commentary partner for Ring of Honor, and whenever we can get him on, it's always a awesome opportunity to hear his unique color commentary, shall we say? He is James Hebert. James, good to see you again, my friend. Looking forward to this batshit crazy weekend, no doubt.
I am too, but I have a big question. Why does everybody call me Herbert? I swear, you do it. Steven Jensen
I said
does
Hebert.
it.
I said Hebert. I swear to God, I said Hebert.
It's Hebert.
Well, I don't want to say the word he because I'll get in trouble with JJ. Anyway, we'll go ahead and move on from there. Move on from there.
Nice.
So, all right. Next to James is a first-time appearance here on the Jeff Meacham Network, even though we can't really have him appear because he can't see his face. But that's okay. It is James's commentary partner over at XWIW. Is that correct?
Yes.
Michael, how are you, Michael? Good to see you, sir. Good to hear you, I should say.
Oh, I'm excellent. I'm one half the greatest commentary team of all time that you haven't heard of.
Well, that's very much like us. Very much like us.
I like that.
And I like that confidence. What a boasting eagle.
Oh, no. There is no boast, good sir.
right.
I am 100% ready and willing with my commentary ability. You will have to be quiet when that happens. Trust me.
I look forward to it.
Now, Mike.
Time out. Mike, I need you to restart or reboot because that echo is going to be a muckerfeather all afternoon.
Yeah, there ain't no mutant. I think, Mike, you're going to have to probably reset your phone or something.
Well,
so reset your phone and come back on.
We'll do that, but also, as long as none of us talk over each other, which I know is a bitch in this room, we'll be okay while he's on. Now, since we moved here a little bit, next to James for right now is a lady who has been brought into the Jeff Meacham Network family in the last year or so, thanks to Statboy's move to Tennessee and subsequent hiring at Dollywood. She is Dory Lou. Dory, it's good to see you. Love the shirts. Good job, Greg Cherry, on getting that out to you. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Greg Cherry. I love it. It was one of the best birthday presents ever, next to my Wild jersey.
Well, Wild jersey, Statboy Sports, or Dory Lou Sports Bar, you can't go wrong with those two things, especially in winter. So there you go.
Exactly.
All right, Michael. Let's behave ourselves here. He is as of today, still the longest running, I should say, featured attraction on the Jeff Meacham Network besides me, because JJ wasn't on Dads with me right away when I started this crazy shit 2.5 years ago. He is our resident statistician. He is the guy with all the stats, and he is dangerous with them. He is Statboy Mike Caldwell. Mikey, again, I love your shirt too. I actually did wash my generic old lame gray ass Snap Away Sports Bar shirt, but it's still hanging up drying. So I wore I put my own stuff over instead. So, Mikey, it's great to see you. Looking forward to bringing you back in at the end of the month for Stat Boy Rants, which I don't know why I'm doing to myself or my audience, but anyway. Mikey, good to have you here, brother. Love to see you. Love to see you.
Hello, my internet fans. Like Jeff said, keep an eye out. April 28th, the return of Stat Boy Rants. I'm glad that, yes, that's the big date. Like I said, I've got the stats. I know how to use them. I'm prepared. I'm ready to go. Let's talk WrestleMania, but we got one more to go, and it's this guy right over here.
Yes, he is the Renegade, and as of now, he's the Renegade of Wrestling just because he's actually watched every single WWE first run broadcast in Elimination Chamber. So let's give him applause for that because he sat through it on purpose. Even on Hulu, he still did it. So God bless him for it. He is the Renegade JJ Williams, and JJ, let me just say a little inside baseball here. Where you are today, thank God you're not. JJ, there's a great quote in Mental Health. You're not where you want to be, but thank goodness you're not where you used to be.
Very true.
Anyway, we'll go ahead and move on from there. If you know, you know. If you don't, we're not going to tell you because none of your goddamn business. All right, so let's go ahead and move right along there, just because I can. All right.
Hashtag shenanigans begin.
Yes. Oh, well,
Let's
yeah.
get right into it.
You've got basically the entire Cassidy Studios family in here, and Noah, who's always an adventure on commentary, and we love it, and James, and soon to be his partner Mike coming back in. So we'll be lucky if we do too. But I'm out of here in two, whether we're done or not. So because I gotta catch up. Let's go to school.
Yeah, exactly. All
right.
We're gonna. All right, let's go.
So in the interest of moving right along, so we're going to start with night one because that's what we do. And I'm going in reverse alphabetical order, even though I don't think this is going to be the main event or whatever on the card necessarily. I just went by wiki because, well, I'm lazy. So JJ,
yes, sir.
Give us the inside skinny on what we're going to see in the Raw Women's Championship match as Becky Lynch defends against Bianca Belair, the woman she took the title from at SummerSlam, and then we'll give Albiro give their predictions. Right, agreeing to disagree with you. Go ahead, sir.
You know, all the way up until this past week's Raw, I was ready to throw big money down on Bianca to make it 2 in a row. And then she cut Becky's hair.
Right.
And I don't know, like, my heart still wants to go with Bianca, but I'm thinking Becky's going to get her retribution unless Becky is so mind-effed by the haircut come Saturday that her head is not all in the game and she isn't focused. That's the only way Bianca's going to get it. So I'm going to go with Becky to retain this time, unfortunately, because I really, really want Bianca.
Yes, definitely. And I was at SummerSlam when Becky came back from the extended maternity leave and shocked the entire WWE universe by coming out there and winning the championship, whatever it was, 27 seconds. Does anybody disagree with Becky retaining here in the room?
Yes.
Disagree? Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Sorry. I had to mute myself for a second. I agree.
All right.
You agree that Becky's retaining?
Yes, I agree. Becky's retaining. I don't.
Well, I disagree.
I'm just gonna go with my gut feeling.
I disagree because I feel like.
Good. Go ahead.
Go. Sorry, Jeff. I just say I disagree.
No. Go ahead. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's fine. Mikey, what is your briefly? What is your assessment?
I'm gonna say that Bianca wins the title but possibly loses her hair. I think they're going to keep the storyline going, and it's going to probably be hair versus hair at the next big pay-per-view.
I actually would be okay with a hair versus hair thing because I think Becky is fearless enough to do a bald thing, and honestly, as is Bianca, but we'll see how it goes. So, all right. Next up, since Michael, I should say, is back, let's give him an audio run here. Mike, how you sounding, brother? How you doing? How you doing back there? You good?
I'm doing okay.
Check one. All right, we have no echo. Life is good. Very, very good. All right, we're right back where they were here.
Well, you didn't get Dory's prediction quickly.
I understand that. I was
chance to answer.
Mikey, let me run the channel. You do your part. Thank you. Okay. Jesus Christ Almighty. Dory, what is your prediction? Since I've now been pushed ahead in line here, Dory, what would you like to say?
Oh my.
Um, I'm going for Bianca. She is the local, hometown hero right here. And that hair versus hair thing. Have you tried to cut somebody's braid before? And now I wear my hair in a braid almost every day. My hair is nowhere near as thick as Bianca's. But I'll tell you what, mine would not be fun to cut through.
No. The only time
I don't think it's going to happen. They're going to make a show of it, but no, it's not going to happen, and Bianca's going to take it.
No. Sensational Queen Sherry getting her haircut at SummerSlam '89 definitely sticks out in my mind. But also, I'm pretty sure that was an extension, which I don't think Bianca's necessarily is. I know yours isn't, Dory. So we'll see how we get along here. And again, JJ mentioned in his dissertation, the cutting of the hair on Monday definitely has thrown a wrench in the works for everybody's thought process. So,
yes.
But it's been a journey from Vegas and SummerSlam to here. So we'll see how everything plays out. All right. yeah, exactly, James. No shit. So Mike M up in the upper right. We're going to go to you next, and we're going to go with this tag team cluster that is no doubt going to ensue as Rey and Dominic Mysterio battle The Miz and everybody's favorite boxer, Logan Paul.
Okay, that's a thing.
Mike, what do you think about this match? And give us the brief, the brief 411 on how we got here.
I'll be honest with you. I have not stayed up to date with any of this nonsense.
Nor should you.
Nor should I.
And by the way, Mike, you don't have to mute anymore. Thank God, no echo. Yay!
I mean, I'm going to do it anyway because I'm doing other things at the same time while doing this. Because I'm a psychopath, and if I don't multitask, I have problems. But this is, I'll be upfront. This sucks. This sucks. This is terrible. I don't know who sat down and said this would be a good idea. But
Vince.
It's gonna go to Ray because they're not gonna give it to a YouTuber. It's just not gonna happen.
No, he's obviously there to take the pin. Probably, I would actually venture to imagine. Although it wouldn't surprise me if the Miz does it.
The Miz is gonna take the pin. That's what's gonna happen. I could see either
one, and I wouldn't complain either way. Although, what the fuck? Why are you?
Well, okay, there's one. There's the one for the day. Very good. Okay,
so there you go. There's the one F word. I'm just going to put this out into the ether and go right after Mike, okay? I agree with him. It's going to go to Ray. It's going to go to Dominic. But how have you done this with 3 of your top acts in the entire company? Miz was not even halfway, not even half a year ago was your top IC champion. Rey Mysterio came back, not even like 4 years ago, 5 years ago now?
Who was also the post... Ray also being the poster boy to the current game, just saying.
Yeah, exactly. And this is how you utilize him and his son and The Miz.
Well,
I'd rather KSI. And I'm not even saying that for a meme. I'd rather KSI.
I feel you. And James, let me go you one further. Half a year ago, or even less than that, he was the WWE champion, yes. So yeah, he was, for lack of a better term, the top guy. Now, was he actually the top guy in Raw? Of course not, because Lashley was there. But yeah, you've got. Here's my thinking, and we'll move on really quickly because I know we're kind of going off format what I said before the show already, but it is what it is. Does anybody else think, besides me, that we're going to see finally the heel turn on Dominic Mysterio? JJ, okay.
No.
Nope. Nobody. Okay, so the dads stand alone again. I see how it is. That's all right. Right.
We're Godsmacking the Scorpion King, man. We stand alone. But
if you get that one, you're in the right
and
room.
Logan Paul are gonna get the victory because celebs don't really lose at Mania, and Dominic is gonna turn heel on his dad.
Wow, there we go. I love it.
So Dustin Rhodes and Cody didn't beat the ever-loving hell out of the Green Arrow a few years back.
I said they rarely ever lose.
Yeah,
exactly.
There you go. That's true.
And that wasn't Dustin. That was Neville and the Arrow beating up Cody and King Barrett or Wade Barrett, whatever the hell Stu was calling himself that week. So
Don't remind me, please.
Yeah, Noah, it occurs to me I didn't ask you about either match, so let me go ahead and give you the floor briefly because I realized what a dick move I just pulled. So go ahead.
I've already talked about WrestleMania like 4 times already, so why not talk about briefly here? As far as Bianca Belair and her hair, it's now a story of revenge versus redemption. And if they're going to push this thing out to WrestleMania Backlash, Bianca's going to get her WrestleMania moment once again, and we finally get the hair versus hair at WrestleMania Backlash. And yeah, I think Becky Lynch can pull the Molly Holly like we saw at WrestleMania 20. She already redid her hair. As far as this match goes, the one thing you got to remember, celebs do not lose the moment at WrestleMania. And whether or not we get this heel turn, allegedly, that you all are talking about. Also, when was the last time Miz actually won something? I feel like he deserves something. So just on that logic, and besides, you gotta make the crowd go, ugh, at least once during WrestleMania. You gotta make them feel every emotion. I actually have Miz and Logan Paul going over somehow, because Miz can pull any shenanigan to get the victory.
If Dominic legitimately turns on Rey in this angle, what a waste of a fucking turn. What an absolute waste. Although it wouldn't be the first time they've wasted heel turns in the WWE on a celebrity appearance.
No, but you know what? At least with this one, it'll make sense because Dominic will say, "You dragged me into this storyline bullshit because of your legacy, and now I had to try to help." It's like, dude, nothing is worse than an obstinate kid, right, JJ? Right, Jeff? Yeah, exactly. So it's like our buddy TJS always says on ODQ, let it play out if it happens. We'll see. All right. Speaking of stuff we've let play out and get played out and get beat to death like a freaking dog in the street, James, let's talk about McIntyre and Corbin.
I think the ring went. I
quick
think
about how
everyone
Madcap
loses.
Moss looks like he's the only one happy to be there.
Well,
Yeah, no shit.
Considering where Moss is standing with that hang there, and go ahead, James.
Oh, Lord.
You know what? I'm just gonna. I don't even know. I was gonna have.
Oh my God.
I was gonna have a quick prediction with Mike and just automatically say McIntyre. I think we both initially, my first glance was gonna say McIntyre, but honest to God, I don't know because they fucked my boy up so bad that I don't think Vince sees anything in him. And then you got freaking Baron Corbin, who, while he's pushing him to the
know who loses? Do you know who loses during this match, James? James, do you know who loses during this match? The audience.
Fans.
The audience just lost.
Oh,
We
Lord.
lost. Because this is terrible. This is terrible. You have a homeless dad as your cover art. This is a homeless dad. This is someone's stepdad. This is a stepdad with a porn star 70s mustache.
Oh my
This is bad.
gosh.
Yeah.
And he's gonna.
Hey, I've
he's
had
got
a
the
porn star 70s mustache. I'm offended.
So that bus done just hit the show. Very good. Okay, so I want to make sure I saw that thing. He didn't get the number on that bus. That thing just ran us over. Wow.
Hey, Jeff,
Okay.
you think I was bad? This is why I
Oh
wanted
no,
Mike on.
no! I knew allowing your tag team partner on commentary to come into the room tonight and then over the weekend was going to be exactly what it's been, and I'm here for it because
Man,
you should watch hashtag WIW Pride.
That's it.
It's almost like
All right. So briefly, first of all, yeah. Again, Mike, I appreciate you co-signing with James on the opinion, but just try. I for now at least. Friday through Sunday, do what you want, but at least today, try to watch the talking over that we can keep things moving. Noah and Dory and Mikey and JJ and me. Do any of us think that Corbin is going to win here?
No.
No.
Nah, it's gonna be Drew.
No.
It's gonna be
Although
I'll
I do
go
have to
Drew,
give
too.
Corbin for making the best out of every gimmick they have given him over these
Yeah,
years.
you ain't kidding.
You know, everybody in this room, or at least everybody that's a longtime audience member of mine, knows how much we in this house, well, not this house because I'm in the studio now, but at the Meacham house, invested in Baron Corbin. So much that Dylan traded up Kofi fandom for Corbin back in the NXT days. So
Wow.
to see yeah, exactly. To see Corbin's evolution or devolving, I should say, into what he has become, but seeing him, like JJ said, take this happy Corbin thing since Vegas and run with it. he's been undefeated since SummerSlam, if you think about it. So that's why I think he's going to lose, because they've put that over like Rover. Oh, he hasn't lost since he okay, well, so he's going to.
What I mean, what a waste of two guys that could have done so much better on the main roster, though. I think that's the sad state of affairs here.
It really is.
But yeah, it's unanimous at this point, guys. Not Corbin. McIntyre.
True.
McIntyre.
All right. So, Miss Dory, we will turn to you now for a match that, for some ungodly reason, I'm actually invested in. I don't know why. But we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championships as Shinsuke, Nakamura, and Boogs. Like, okay, got that out of my system. Challenge the Usos. Dory, you've been kind of the new.
Match?
Go ahead. You're good.
Let's say why are you invested in this match? Now, yes, I'm the newbie. I am familiar with the Usos. I am familiar with Shinsuke. Boogs, I understand this is his WrestleMania debut.
Correct.
He held the 24/7 title champ. I'm sorry. Let me start over. He's been the 24/7 champion twice.
Yes.
Can the man actually wrestle?
Yes. I can confirm he can. He can wrestle. As a former NXT Black and Gold viewer, absolutely can confirm he can wrestle.
Oh yeah.
I love Bugenhagen, man. Bugenhagen was where I was at.
Yeah, not Boogs. Fucking Boogs.
Yeah,
okay.
So for everybody keeping score at home, that's 3 F words for James in 20 minutes. Let's keep.
Sorry.
We'll keep going.
Okay, a jar, James. It's going to be a quarter each time.
Okay, that's fine. The only issue is with that. I'm sorry, my mind's fried, but I forget your name. I'm so sorry. I don't see it on the screen, and I'm bad with names at first glance. Thank you, Dory. My apologies, Dory. I think I don't have quarters because I am this thing called flat broke. So I'll just try and.
I'll bill you.
Okay, that's fair. Put it on my tab.
She'll do it.
All right, so I've got after Mikey threw my notes together, I did a little bit on my own while we were getting there. Shinsuke's actually held this title once with Cesaro.
Yes.
So he's got a little something there. Like I said, we got our WrestleMania debut, but our Usos. This is their 5th reign. Their combined reign is over 634 days.
Yep.
Are they going to continue that? Yeah, see, I did a little bit of research. Aren't you proud of me, Snap Boy?
Which we appreciate.
But,
so they are the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions this reign and cumulatively in history. So I have a hard time betting against them.
They've only actually, tag team titles have only changed hands at WrestleMania one time, and that was at 34.
Correct.
This particular championship or total of WrestleMania history?
The SmackDown
Tag Team Championships.
Okay, I was like, that's not true. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So based on the history and the little bit that I do know, I think the Usos are going to retain.
Any dissenting opinions?
Honestly, no. I agree.
They're the ones, the bloodline.
Oh, come on, JJ.
Hold on. Time out here. Listen to me for a second. Nakamura and Boogs are going to win via disqualification.
Okay.
The bloodline will get titles, but Nakamura and Boogs will get the victory regardless. So it'll then carry over to Backlash for a rematch.
Yep.
Which is why we don't cover Backlash, because we're going to do the same freaking matches in a few weeks.
You know what? Just because JJ convinced me, I'm going with his pick. Mike, agreed? I'm going with DQ win. Really?
I disagree.
Okay,
yes.
fair enough. All right. JJ, I'm with you.
Thank you.
All right.
You really think the Usos, the people that are well known for, please don't give us the titles, are going to have the titles stripped from them? Come on, Vince is very spiteful, and he totally would just say, No, you're going to keep those for like the next 6, 7, 8 months.
I could see them winning the friggin' match. I could see them retaining the titles, as JJ said, but lose by DQ.
At the end of the day, though, it doesn't
matter.
WWE.
The Usos are still retaining. It doesn't matter.
It only matters.
We're all in agreement that they're still retaining.
Yeah.
It only matters who holds the dimes at the end of the day. And bottom line, the Usos are going to hold them.
The dimes.
Yep.
That's what they freaking are.
Dollars, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, when all you can afford is dime belts, I guess,
Shit.
shows a
All
lot.
we can afford is, this and not keep 80 people on pay. But, Fox gave us
Did
$2
you
billion
say
4 years
fire?
ago.
That's a fire. No, not for pyrotechnics. That's crazy. No. How about we just get rid of a whole bunch of people? No, Vince, we just want to add more fire to Kane's entrance. Nah, we should just get rid of a whole bunch of people. It saves them money.
Yeah, knew that was coming. Knew that was
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
That was going
All
to
right.
All right.
There's a reason why I
Moving
voice
on.
act 12 people.
Yes. Thank you, Noah, for trying to get us to along. I appreciate you trying to help us along here. Where the hell is the match I gave you? There it is. All right, Noah, I apologize for giving you this match because it is going to be just what it is. But
What?
it is the New Day against Ridge Holland and Sheamus. There's not much of a history here, but if anybody can spin it into something worthwhile, I know it's you and your amazing use of words. So, Noah, where are we at on this? Why is this a thing?
Why is Butch the side-off character from Oliver Twist is the other question.
Yeah.
That being said,
Noah?
Slide off. Anyway,
sorry,
right.
I had to say it. Someone had to say it. Chimney
You did.
sweep. That being said, okay, Fight Club, Fight Night, whatever the heck this is, versus the New Day. King Woods is back in his night. This is literally, I feel like, just a feel-good redemption story on behalf of the fallen member, Big E. There really isn't much context, like you said, to this. Again, Big E, he got injured, so the remaining members of the New Day are going to fight with this crew on behalf of Big E to get that victory, too. Again, Big E, I wish all the best in recovery. Whether or not he comes back to wrestle again full-time like he used to, thank God where he is, and he's lucky on his health, too. But as far as this match goes, this is one of those feel-good moments on behalf of somebody we all truly appreciate, and that is Big E. So I have the New Day winning. There's nothing more else to say. It's as simple as that.
I agree with Noah, and by the way, may I also add, can people stop yelling at Rich Holland? It was a combined spot that didn't go well. Accidents happen. Cool? Cool.
The risk of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
That rant was
Very
halfway approved.
I don't know if anybody else picked up, saw this yet or not, but it's not King Woods anymore. He's back to being just Xavier.
Yep.
well,
that came the ring
the
proved to be useless.
ungodly, ugly crown on the top of his big old head in the graphic begs to differ, but we'll go ahead and.
Well, that was I read that earlier today. So
I'm more concerned about that hideous big smile on Kofi's face. What is that?
You know what? If Kofi is
He's expecting it to beat him
getting dropped on his freaking face by Brock Lesnar 3 years ago, let the man smile, Stat Boy. Let the man smile.
Jeff, I hate to interrupt you, Mike. Say that again.
Well, okay, we got Discount Dice Clay teaming up with Sheamus. Because that's exactly what he looks like, as Discount Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh,
The Wish version.
I'm done.
I've been dropped on my head.
Pencil throw.
Oh, good one. I've been dropped on my head. I've been dropped on my head too many times. Kofi Kingston, and he's permanently just brain damaged at this point.
Yeah, I can see that. I can actually see that with a smile.
Burger King crowned Xavier Woods.
You know what, Mike? I wish it was Burger King crown, but unfortunately, I don't know if Saudi Arabia believes in Burger King since they don't believe in other rights. So.
Oh Lord!
Wow.
This is going. This is going. Whoa, guys!
buddy.
Okay, hold on. Time out.
Off the rails.
We're going way off the rails here. Let's get back on track here. Everyone,
I just
save that color commentary for WrestleMania. Thank God I'll just
You know
call
what?
the moves.
Please do it Saturday, Sunday, because the people watching over the weekend definitely need to hear that, because I agree with it. But let me just say this. The fact that Xavier Woods' crown is not the worst, only because the one that Triple H destroyed was just that god-awful friggin' ugly, speaks volumes about the Attitude Era compared to the nowadays. Anyway.
There's no doubt.
All right.
There's no doubt.
Somehow, Mikey having a alphabetically happy last name as far as going up the ladder with C has benefited him, because he gets to take the lead on something that we're all looking forward to one way or the other.
No, I'm not.
So, Mikey, Stat Boy, take the lead, please.
This match is going to be Seth Rollins' 10th WrestleMania match. He's 6-3, but he has no clue who he's going up against. The IWC is rumoring and throwing out, oh, it's going to be Cody or it's going to be Shane. It's going to be one of those two. So if you don't see Cody at WrestleMania, you're going to see him the night after. This whole storyline has been dumb. You know, I mean, first Seth loses his mind because he and Kevin Owens can't win the tag team match. Then he can't beat Kevin in a one-on-one match. Then he can't beat AJ because Edge interferes. So now he had to get called up to Titan Tower. Oh, excuse me, WWE HQ to have a meeting with Vince. And what the heck is this Twitter handle, WWE Vacant? Who is this guy and why has it been created? He's had the most heavyweight title champions in championship reigns in history with 44, because every time somebody gives up the title, this guy wins. I'm picking, my prediction is whoever Seth faces, he is going to lose. Seth loses. I don't care who he faces. He's going to lose. He's going to spiral into a dark pit of despair. It could be Cody. It could be Shane. It could be Elias. I don't care who it is. Seth is getting pinned at WrestleMania.
No objection here.
So before I go to the rest of the room, let me just say this. Mikey said, you know, who is this guy and who wins here? We asked her who wins. Mikey, WWE Vacant just won by getting you to rant about WWE Vacant.
That's right.
So he got another belt, bro.
And that
He
is
got
the
another-
thing.
he
It
got
gets
another
those
belt,
coming
bro.
April 28th when Statboy Rants returns.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
And
true.
what's even funnier is Inside Baseball. Mikey asked me about this on the phone. Who is WWE Vacant? And I told him, like, it's a troll account on purpose, and he still brought it on my show.
Sorry, bro.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Don't lie. No, you're not. Don't lie.
Yes, I am. Actually, I am.
We are talking
All right.
about Mikey here.
Okay. Rabbit hole
Mikey,
bad.
whoa.
No.
Yeah,
Rabbit hole
okay,
bad.
hold on,
No.
hold on,
No.
You're brilliant. You're brilliant, Mikey. You're brilliant.
Thank you.
Try to get back on track.
All right. So does anybody think, honestly, and again, briefly here, because we're trying to get through, although we're actually well ahead of schedule, which I'm okay with for now. Does anybody in here think that whoever Cody's opponent is, wow, okay. Whoever Rollins' opponent is going to lose this match?
No.
Whoever his opponent is, they're going to win. We're going to go. They're going to keep on the story with this whiner, wannabe Joker Riddler character that Rollins currently is.
Unless
Can't
they
wait to
pull
be-
somebody out of their ass like Gilbert, then yes, Rollins is going to win.
Okay.
Hey, can't
So
wait for it to be Shane McMahon, and then we're all wrong somehow.
I'm surprised.
or
I'm
one
surprised
that I
nobody's put
saw-
out the meme of John Cena.
One that I saw earlier today that I never thought about, and we kind of briefly touched on them getting involved on the NXT show.
Yeah.
What if it's Scotty Steiner?
No way.
No.
Well, I mean,
No
the
way.
Steiners,
What if?
that'd be-
He's
The
not
only
like
reason
he's
I
not
agree
gonna
that it
be
could
there
be
for
a-
WrestleMania weekend.
He's going to be there, number one. Number two, honestly, I don't know if he's cleared, Jay. And that's the only reason I say that because, and again,
no
he had to
way,
be clear
yeah.
to go in there and, suplex Rollins on his head. But,
right? All he's got to do is come out, throw a couple of suplexes, put him in the
lock him in
Steiner
the
recliner, and
Yeah,
it's over.
that's not out of the realm of possibility. But and again, this is me putting way too much faith, right, James, in the old man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see anything except either Cody or Shane. Now, there is a comment in the chat, and we're totally ignoring the chat room, so I apologize, y'all are already commenting. This is a very good point here. I'm pretty sure that Rollins and Shane interacted at the Royal Rumble, so
Yep. Yeah, they did.
They very well could have all right, so Shane is gonna, Shane was put on timeout after the Rumble, so he could blame it on Rollins and just work it into the story that way.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's not a bad call out. Regardless, the two key names, Cody and Shane McMahon, although I still think it's going to be Cody. Besides that, I'm sure people are memeing Elias, John Cena, Gilbert, maybe the next higher power for all we know. Regardless, whoever is in the role of vacant is winning this.
It's me, vacant. It was me all along. Okay. So, you know,
And his name is Never mind.
right.
Gable Steveson. I'm glad you clicked that comment. That's a fair shout, actually. I could see it. I could see it.
I only say it's not because, again, me putting too much faith in the office. I don't think they want to turn Gable loose so soon because he's nowhere near ripe enough. What I mean by that, when you first fly banana, they're green as grass. They ripen into something you can eat later. I don't think he's past the green stage yet of the banana where he can be in the ring at WrestleMania, even if it is a squash of Seth Rollins. I don't think they want to do that to him because he's a freaking Olympic, medalist. They don't want to, botch that up. In theory, again. So.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying they want him to be, so they'll think he's the next Kurt Angle, and he's like, hey, that you're an Olympian wrestler, right? Hey, do that thing that Kurt did. Do that thing, yeah, belly to belly thing, yeah, super angle slam from the top rope style. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll move.
Yeah. Do the thing where you win every championship in a year and see how the audience likes that. Yeah, do that. Yeah, no. Yeah. Audience today would not like that. All right. No. So before we move on to what is being advertised, at least as the main event of WrestleMania Night 1, because we've got a match and a segment both fighting for that spot. I'll go with the segment first, and I'll briefly touch on it. I mean, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin for the first time in 19 years, even though he's been at WrestleMania a few times since then, but for the first time in 19 years, even though that was his last match, but for the first time in 19 years. Okay.
What?
Is there any other scenario that anybody in the room can think of than Steve Austin? In a scenario that watching Mikey bend over to grab something on camera when I took this picture off and you're showing, doing that. Okay, we'll do that. Anyway.
Sorry.
I know. So is any other scenario we see than a really decent back and forth chat, confrontation, or whatever, boom, stunner, the beers are thrown, everybody gets a plug for Broken Skull American Lager, and off in the sunset we go. Is there any other scenario?
Again, I called it on the predictions video. I said that this was going to be a talk. We're going to get the traditional Stone Cold mannerisms. We're going to get all the what's possible here. And then I feel like it's going to be one of those homegrown things because Kevin Owens has been cast as the guy that I hate Texas and everybody from there. So all the Texas Grays are going to come out and have a field day on Kevin Owens with Stone Cold Steve Austin getting the last stunner. We might see JBL. We might see American Badass Undertaker. We might see Booker T even do a spinner Rooney because, again, you insult Texas. You insult, and Jeff Chadwick says this, a heart of professional wrestling. So many greats have come out of there. So this is a real feel-good moment for all Texas greats and fans of greats from Texas of pro wrestling, in my opinion. As simple as that.
So, go ahead, James, real quick.
I was just going to say, either way, whether it's a segment or a match, we agree Austin wins. I mean, that's so obvious. And by the way, wow, if this is a segment, you really went that far. I'm convinced they lied straight to Kevin Owens' face saying, yeah, you'll get your match with Austin. Yeah, you'll get your match. Yeah. Just to re-sign him. You
exactly.
Talk about desperation. But AEW is not competition, right? Right? Right?
Say that. Okay. All right. So let me just say this. Noah makes a great point about the feel-good moments for Texas. As we all know, the stars tonight are big and bright deep in the heart of Texas. So I say this. I agree. We'll have Undertaker come out and beat on him for a little bit. We have Booker T come out. We have Kevin Von Erich go out there. We have Michael P.S. Hayes do and get his ass done for insulting Texas back in '84. And then here's the moment. Before Stone Cold drops that big stunner on him, we have WWE Hall of Fame inductee Queen Charmel come out there and do a Booker T scissors kick. Boom!
I didn't even think.
Who writes this garbage?
You know what the
I didn't even think about Queen Charmel. That totally makes sense.
You know what the sad part is, Jeff? What you just pitched isn't far out of the realm of possibility. The Ascension,
right?
Remember how they were buried?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
JJ has his hand up. God bless him for being patient. I appreciate it, Jay. Go ahead.
Tell me you didn't just say that. Tell me you didn't.
Tell me he didn't just say that. Hey, yo, Michael Cole. Hey, Michael Cole, you're the worst human being on the planet. Do you know how to pray that you
coming
died?
for you.
No, definitely not that one on the show. Okay, all right.
Oh Lord.
Do you guys not remember when Booker just straight up said to Michael Cole he wished he'd perish on commentary?
I do remember that.
That was
All
crazy.
right, let's keep going.
Oh, this is fun.
Lordy.
We're ahead of
All right,
schedule. Let's
so
keep going.
the official scheduled in-ring match main event of night one is something that, while we didn't exactly want this particular configuration necessarily at WrestleMania, I like how it's been built. I like the two people involved, and I really want to see how both women's title matches play out over the course of Saturday, which may lead into something on Sunday, but we'll get there in a moment. We have the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair against Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
Again, this is something that has been building, if you really, peel the onion here, since WrestleMania back in 2019 when Ronda lost the fall in the 2 championship main event, winner take all main event at WrestleMania back in Jersey, and the people in New York are still standing on that damn train platform, those poor bastards. I honestly think that, based on the fact that, at least I believe, that Becky will not retain in the opener of WrestleMania night one, that Becky will cost Ronda at the end of WrestleMania night one, and we will get Becky versus Ronda in the revenge quote-unquote match at Backlash. And I know that's, well, Jeff, they should build it for a year. James will sit here and co-sign with me, I'm sure, at least in part. Hot shotting in WWE? Never. That will never be a thing, except that it will.
Yep.
So
don't even need to ask me twice to co-sign with you on that.
That's my official opinion. Ronda loses because of Becky's interference, and Charlotte walks out of WrestleMania the champion.
I agree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I also disagree.
So all right, so we'll start with JJ, since he's been patient, raising his hand like a good little boy. Go ahead, Jay.
I have no long drawn out spiel. I just feel that Ronda's going to take this. I feel like Becky's going to retain, so they can't have both belts change hands.
Right.
Ronda's going to take it. Becky's going to retain.
All right.
And then
Mikey.
maybe down the road we can get a title for title, a la we're doing Brock and Roman.
Right.
And really build up that, since they've got the two with the history.
Well, okay, then so if Ronda, so why not do that on night 2 then, is what I was going to go with. If we're going to go with those matches being on night 1, which, again, the only reason it makes sense for me to have both women's world title matches on Saturday is to have something going on Sunday other than leaving it the big showcase for Brock and Roman, which it should be, quite frankly. But again, I only see Ronda winning if Becky retains, and if they're going to do something like right away, because that Vince. We don't know, because we don't know Vince McMahon. We're not in his head, but it's my very, very long tenured opinion that Vince can't hold on for another year to get Ronda versus Becky out of this, if that's what he wants to do.
No way, no chance.
No, but they can wait till WrestleMania Backlash.
Right. So either way, I think we get Ronda and Becky at Backlash. It's just a matter of who has a championship, who doesn't. So I don't think they're going to have another champion versus champion winner take all match the month after they have Brock and Roman, which is why I think that the match will be for one championship. In this case, it'll be the Raw. Maybe not. No, because I said both. So never mind. Mikey, go ahead.
Mike. Who do you got?
No, Mikey, because Mikey had his hand up in his.
Got 2 mics in here, so James gonna be.
Let me run the show, James, please, brother.
I got you. Go ahead, Stabler.
I'm going to say that the reason I'm taking Ronda is because she needs redemption after WrestleMania 3 years ago. She messed up the pin. This is her chance to redeem herself. She'll get the title back. I don't think, though, she might hold it another year like she did with the first time. I'll give her 6 months, let her cool off a little bit, and then WrestleMania in Los Angeles, she'll do it again. That's what I think.
Okay. Mr. Foster.
I like everyone's takes here when it comes to Ronda winning, because I have Ronda winning. But I also look at what's kind of been developing lately when it comes to these two testing each other's technical capability. It seems like more so this is devolving in who's the better submissionist, who's going to pick a limb. It surprised me this hasn't been devolved into a submissions match, why I think this is going to be revisited at the Showcase WrestleMania rematches, WrestleMania Backlash. I think about hair versus hair with Becky and Bianca. I think about submissions match with Ronda and Charlotte, and you keep SmackDown and Raw separate. And here's a stat for you. Remember what happened last year? Both women's titles changed hands, including the SmackDown Women's Championship in the main event. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, it's been a pretty good build, but Ronda does not need to be a promo. Ronda just needs to bring what she does best, and that's kick ass in that ring. So I got Ronda Rousey winning the title here, because at this point, there's nobody else for Charlotte to really, at this point, try and put over or go over on. These are the two that are going to carry SmackDown until they do a wild invitational or draft, whatever the heck you want to call it, they might do towards summer, or towards Money in the Bank, as they're talking about in the comment section, the next big stadium show. Who's to say Ronda Rousey won't get cashed in on? Regardless, everything right now, the way SmackDown's been going, I got Ronda Rousey, the winner, by the way, of the Royal Rumble, who should be main eventing Night 1 WrestleMania, as rightfully earned, not a segment. Yeah, I got Ronda Rousey becoming the new SmackDown Women's Champion. It's her time.
I am so glad somebody said the Rumble winner wins the main event of WrestleMania. I'm so glad somebody said that before I did, because JJ and I have been talking about that for a hot friggin' minute.
I'll tell you exactly why, because people have already forgotten, Jeff. People have already forgotten.
I know.
Can you blame them?
And actually, another Mike in the chat room, our buddy Mikey T from the Dirty Q Predictions team, talked about Money in the Bank being in Vegas and talked about there could be a big moment there with a cash in. I would agree with that, except if you have Charlotte lose to Ronda, let's just say that's the thing. Charlotte's already been involved, I think, in every cash in of the Money in the Bank women's contract except one. Let's get her off of that path.
Yeah.
Now, if it's Becky winning it and cashing in on Bianca, I'm here for it, because that's
because Money in the Bank could be
awesome.
the way you try and cross over Ronda and Becky. I'm saying Ronda and Becky's something to come, but for now they're going to leave Raw and SmackDown separate. And the biggest thing they could book for Money in the Bank, in my opinion, Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler, and that's USC turf, Jeff.
Trust me. Oh yeah, go ahead, James.
I was going to just say real quick, I don't know if we've gotten Mike's pick, although I think he's pretty much in agreement with the last two, but mainly for this match. I don't know if he gets
Right,
a pick.
No, I didn't, and that was an oversight on my part. But I didn't want to try to get going too deep into the weeds on any of them, and that's me trying to rush, and I do apologize. But Mike, where do you stand on the KO show, and where do you stand on the Women's Championship main event?
No, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen, all right? Austin's going to hit the center. Game over with that entire feud in about maybe 20, 30 minutes.
Yep.
They're going to walk out, 5 minutes are going to happen, and then done. Yep. Whatever build people are thinking, Austin's not going to come back to the ring. I hate to tell you, folks. Wish it was going to happen. Not going to happen.
Right.
This match, Ronda's going to go over, whether anybody wants to or not, because you're having an actual MMA fighter in a ring who was actually a submissions expert go one-on-one with a professional wrestler. If this was IRL, game over. If this was real, it's game over. However, WWE booking aside, it's definitely going to Becky, whether we want it or not.
Or Charlotte, you mean Charlotte?
Probably, yeah. Sorry, it's going to go over to Charlotte, and it's because she's the favorite because of what's going on with her dad right now. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
because baby girl needs baby.
Considering the fact they're also trying to, in a weird roundabout way, try to save face with Charlotte as well. Although, then also only defends the belt twice. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, since we're way ahead of schedule, which I'm grateful for, don't get me wrong, I'm going to go ahead and briefly run a commercial real quick, because that would give everybody a chance to get a swig of water, clear their throats a little bit, and when we come back from what we're going to see in April on the Jeff Meacham Network, we will talk about Night 2, which is rather a stat card itself. We'll be right back after this brief word. Very good. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and not talk about that. So I'll go do the plugs now. Give everybody a chance to talk. Give everybody a chance to rest while I talk. That's fine. So again, as everybody knows, we've got tomorrow, which is Friday. Yes, Friday. Dads,
Yes.
JJ and I will be doing our top 10 WrestleMania entrances, and I'll tell you what, he and I talked about over the course of taping the April shows. Those 3 shows really felt like they flowed so well. We went through them relatively quickly, even for us. Now, granted, tomorrow's show was still an hour and a half. It didn't feel like it, even in execution or editing. So I'm looking forward to seeing how everybody reacts to it, because there are some takes in there that people might go, I didn't remember that, or I didn't even think about that, or just different things. So I'm looking forward to seeing the feedback more than I am the actual execution, because the fact I got the Sunbitch uploaded, and the fact that it's uploaded on both channels already and it's ready to go by Friday, I'm proud of myself. I'm freaking Barry Horowitz for that alone, just the fact I got shit done on time. Woohoo!
Yeah.
And then we've got myself and Noah and James, and I believe Mike on Ring of Honor commentary for Friday night. And again,
give or take, depend. Mike, you have
right.
Yeah, you Mike doesn't know yet. Well, to be determined.
Okay, so but it's one of those where Ring of Honor is coming back. We've got the whole Tony Khan being involved thing, and we have a great card. We talked about it on Tuesday. There's actually for only having 7 matches, it looks like it's going to be to quote a little Orange Oompa Loompa who resides in Brooklyn, it's going to be a rocket bust of a card. So
Yes.
Going to be good stuff coming up. And then, of course, WrestleMania 2 nights. Everybody in here is going to pop in at some point. I know JJ's going to pop in during Ring of Honor to talk about the Hall of Fame, as that's going on at the exact same time, which I'll show you guys off here. I've got 3 screens up behind me, behind the thing. I can watch Ring of Honor. I can watch the Hall of Fame. I can watch SmackDown just to keep up with shit going on. So I'm going to be – I'm gonna have the Shawn Michaels googly eye going the whole night Friday. It's gonna be good stuff.
Oh boy!
Just whatever you do, don't kick Stan.
I just kicked Stan.
Calm down, Sean.
Don't tell me to calm down. Nobody tells me that little controversy. You gotta be kidding me.
I just kicked Stan. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay.
I don't know that's controversial, but that sure as hell is funny.
Oh. When you think back of
good time.
how controversial it is by kicking Stan in the context of today's society, it's like, oh. Anyway, all right, all right. So
Now
JJ,
instead of kicking Stan, it's slapping Chris Rock.
oh, jeez. What was the over/under on that one being brought up today? Okay, very good. Okay.
Oh Lord. Well, Max Caster did it last night on Dynamite. I guess James had to do it here.
Oh, there we go.
I
Let's
mean,
put my
Rollins.
network in the same category as Max Caster saying things. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Max Caster.
Here we go.
And that's why Punk dropped him on his head. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and keep going.
And here we go.
Yeah, that's it. Oh,
Back on track. Let's get
that was a
into
good
it.
Heath. No. Hang on. That was a really good Heath voice.
That was very good.
Stuff, dude. Very nice.
That was
Yeah,
really
nice.
phenomenal.
Nicely done.
Real quick, what happened to the graphic? I was confuzzled.
Which one?
I want the graphic that was playing initially.
I realized the commercial started with Greg Cherry Show on Wednesday, which already happened.
Hey,
Ahead
that
of
happens.
schedule.
Oh, well.
There you
I
go.
botched the commercial, so it's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
Botch.
All right.
Yeah, let the
So,
commercial air. Then you could just tell them, hey, check it out. Check out the Greg.
That's
Cherry.
true. I'll throw it at
Encore.
the end. Whatever. I'll throw it at the end. All right. So, JJ, we are going to start with you again, being the W last name, and we're going to have the women's tag team championship fatal 4-way, which, again, it's definitely lumped together. It's definitely kind of a cluster, but your favorite is in that match, so we'll go ahead and let you wax proxy on it very briefly. We have Queen Zelina herself and Carmella, which is everybody's favorite wrestler in WWE right now, and clearly the most beautiful woman in the room, against the team of the groans. I love that. It's good stuff, guys. Against Sasha and Naomi, against Natalya and Shayna Baszler, and against, for the record, the team I think is going to win because it'll be Liv Morgan's first championship, Liv and Rhea Ripley. But JJ, go ahead.
You know, I'm going to surprise people because I am not picking Natalya.
What?
I
What?
honestly, when I heard that they were added to the match, I was like, why?
Yeah.
She's taking the
Why?
Yeah.
Because Natty's taking the fall.
You know,
Oh,
it just don't make
no.
no sense to me. You know, regardless, I already had the champions losing.
Right.
I was all set to be there for Sasha and Naomi, but then they added Rhea and Liv to the match. And I'm like, these two need it more than anybody else.
Right.
And then they added Natty and Shayna, and I was just like, So I'm going for Rhea and Liv. They need it more than anybody. The only reason to give it to Sasha and Naomi is if they're going to further the bloodline and finally bring Naomi in as part of it. Because then she'll have a belt within the bloodline as well.
As she should, damn it. But I'm still sticking with Rhea and Liv because of what I said. Let me go ahead and get everybody's thing. So, I'll since we have time, I'll go ahead and do this democratically. Noah, where do you stand on this match?
Well, let's see, my fellow Americans. I definitely go along with Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan deserves the WrestleMania moment. Rhea Ripley, a former women's tag champion herself. She also won the Raw Women's Championship last year. I look at Sasha Banks. She goes from main eventer to this. The only way this really goes into something special is if she acts evil again. And she lies, cheats, and steals. Maybe
turns into a vampire.
Works underneath Sonya Deville because maybe Sonya Deville still has beef with Naomi. Was Shayna Baszler and Natalya put in to maybe cost personally Naomi on behalf of Sonya Deville? I feel like Sonya Deville is going to play an outside factor when it comes to the two teams on SmackDown. You might as well rename these props the Raw Women's Tag Team Championships because they seem to matter more on Raw than anywhere else. And since there's only one other Raw team, and I believe that team's more realistic as champions than the one that always wears a mask and can't really wrestle, I'm definitely going with Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
James.
And for me, I'll just go with Rhea and Liv, but man, do I not care. I mean, what a great tag division. I mean, you have 4 makeshift teams all in the same match. None of them look like they're a tag team. None of them look like they gel well. None of them have gelled well together as teams. What are you doing?
You got to get everybody on the card.
How does the Knockouts division and Impact Wrestling have a more in-depth tag team division with less teams?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
God.
Good point. Well, Giselle Shaw and what's her name? Lady Frost, the silver gold contrast. I like that idea. Yes, the super card of this weekend. Yes.
I mean, we've got we got freaking the influencers. We have four women in that match. 4 teams in that match. I'll take that Knockout Tag title match over this mess any day. So
I'm just wondering where's my girl? Where's Cassie Lee? Where's the inspiration? That's all I'm wondering.
They're actually not on the card, which I find very surprising. So
yeah, exactly. And you know what? I'm on record for saying this. I thought let me go throwback to you. I thought the Iconics out of nowhere win, the only realistic long-term team in WWE Women's Tag Team history, was more important than the predictable Kofi Mania at WrestleMania 35.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Mike, what do you, Mike, James is partner, Mike. Not
just call him. I'll help you. Just call him Michael X, or just call him Mike X, or call him X.
Just call him Mr. X. Good grief.
Just call him Mr.
X. Mr. X from the AWA. What is your opinion on this match?
Damn it.
I mean, I'm going for more of like Resident Evil, but yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, we'll go terrible, awful gimmicks. That's fantastic. Absolutely garbage fire gimmick, but you know, I'll roll with it. That's fine. I'll be honest with you.
We can't see your face, right? I mean, just
That's true.
I'll be honest. This is my fall asleep match because I don't care about anybody in it. I don't care about what's going on with it, and I'll be up front. And when I say this, I wish that it was interesting. My God, is it the most bare bones conceptual idea that the company has ever come up with? And yes, that even goes over Gilbert.
Wow.
That's going deep.
Yes. JJ, we we got your feelings on. We got your prediction on it. Is there anything you'd like to add before we pass to Stat Boy?
No.
Wait, did Mike even give a prediction? I don't even think.
Yeah,
he gave a prediction.
no, because he cares that little. So
I heard him. He said Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, as I am making the graph for the first ever Jeff Meacham Network predictions game. So
I was just so baffled by the
Thank you.
comment.
All right.
All right, let's calm down, guys. Let's get Stat Boy's thoughts and then the lovely Dory's thoughts here, too. Being the only woman here that I'm sure can give a lot to this.
And that hate us so much.
And trust me, I'm going to give Dory plenty of time because I'm going to keep mine sweet and simple. I think Carmella is getting ready to legitimately marry Corey, so she's not going to have time to defend the belt. She's going to go on her honeymoon, so I'm going to say Sasha and Naomi win because, let's face it, Sasha hasn't won at WrestleMania yet. This is her 7th match. She needs the win.
That's true, too.
True enough.
Dory, I respect women's wrestling. I think there's incredible talent here, but I think despite the roasting of the booking, I think the booking roasting makes sense, but I'm very curious to get your thoughts on this match.
Personally, I can't stand Zelina.
I'm with you, Dory! I'm with you! High five! High five!
Thank you. I cannot stand her. It's a personality thing, okay? And Carmella's getting all set up with the wedding stuff, so she's going to be busy. I'm going to agree with that there. Shayna, I don't care one way or the other. Honestly, I'm going to go with your prediction, Noah. When I saw the lineup, it's like, I'm going for Rhea and Liv here. I think that's going to be who your winners are. Liv needs it. Liv needs the opportunity, and everybody else can just kiss ass.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, we already know one person does at least.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm waiting for Rhea Ripley to just leave the WWE and join up with Tony Storm at this point.
I'm so happy to see Tony Storm and Allie under the same company. Sorry, we're talking about WWE.
Whoa!
Women's wrestling, dude! Women's wrestling! Get your head out of the gutter! But good God Almighty, why am I most mature person here?
Hey, Noah, you say
I am so not offended.
Thank you, Dory.
For the record, I preferred Zelina when she was Rosita back in TNA.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, let's just say this: we prefer blank versus what they are now in WWE.
I mean, the point was made. There is so much talent in this match. It's just so horribly booked.
Yep. You can say that about the entire
is.
card. You can really say that about the entire card, which, trust me, I got everybody here covered. We'll talk about that a lot, I'm sure, as the show goes on. But that said, let's move on to the next thing, Jeff, because I know you're eager.
Yes, what's the next match?
And good luck, Liv.
Okay,
you deserve it.
Can I move on down my own show? Thank you, appreciate it. Okay.
Sorry.
Right.
That's why I was waiting for like a good time to just start rushing again.
All right, I'm just gonna blow through it. Like honestly, these freaking celebrities / stupid matches, I don't even want to take near enough time on that. Maybe some people think they deserve, but we've got
let's rapid fire.
Zayn and Knoxville, McAfee and Theory. I mean, first of all, Austin Theory, I think, has to get something over on McAfee representing Vince, but at the same time, Vince, even though we have this perception of him being, he always thinks he's right, he's also never one to shy away from self-depreciation on camera. So if his boy loses at Mania, it won't be the worst thing for him. As far as Knoxville and Sami Zayn, I can't state enough how much I detest fucking Jackass. I hate that he's here. I hate that he's on part of this show. I hate that he's part of WWE, period. And I know he's not going to lose to Sami Zayn at WrestleMania because celebrities don't lose. So Knoxville wins. Austin Theory wins. James.
Agreed.
Mikey. Dr. Rex.
Agreed. Sadly.
Mr. Foster. Yes, Mr. Foster.
Oh God, why the hell?
Feel free to say whatever you want to say about either match. I just want to get my thought out there really quick because I could give. If I gave any less of this shit, I'd have to go to the doctor for bowel movement issues.
I have a
I'll
physical.
say something.
I have an annual physical tomorrow, so I'll leave the cornet ranting to my good friend here, James. As far as this match goes, yeah, Knoxville wins. As far as the other one goes, maybe Vince screws Fury because does Vince truly care about him? And Pat McAfee is the bigger celebrity. Pat McAfee.
All right, James, go ahead and say what you wanted to.
Does that, well, before we do that, does JJ Statboy or Dory have
okay.
any objection?
Okay, yeah, Dory, go ahead. Dory, go ahead.
Well, just real quick with Knoxville, he showed up for the Royal Rumble and didn't do anything.
Yep.
Right.
He had no eliminations in the Royal Rumble, so what's... Yeah, and I agree. I have no use for the man, so carry on.
Statboy.
Statboy. He's so
I'm
sad.
going to say that.
There we go.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to say Pat McAfee wins because he is the bigger celebrity. That is true. This Austin Theory selfie thing has got to stop. Knoxville is going to do something. He's going to go through a table. That's going to be his WrestleMania moment. He's going to pin him and send him away.
It's not selfie time, Noah.
Yeah, it's not. Please don't.
No, I don't take selfies. I detest them actually.
He does. He does. He like seriously. If he takes a picture with anybody out, like I've heard it. He actually has to ask like somebody to hold the camera because he won't.
Yes.
He will not do it.
Selfies.
Yes.
He does.
Yes.
You must have hated Tyler Breeze then. JJ.
Yes.
I echo the Knoxville sentiment. I'm also going to go for McAfee. I feel like Theory's gotten too into McAfee's head. McAfee's going to have to get his revenge on him. Knowing Knoxville and the sense of humor of Zayn, I wouldn't be surprised if Knoxville has a Generico mask. But maybe that's just my own wishful thinking.
That'd be the greatest thing in history. That'd be the greatest thing in live television. Not what happened Sunday. Anyway.
But I mean, just before we turn this back over to James, we turn this back over to James for his colorful diatribe.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the fact that we're live and we're doing this now, these two matches and the Logan Paul match, but you can't put an IC or a U.S. title match on a 2-day WrestleMania card.
Amen.
That's the rant that would make me rant, but again, I'm not trying to rant tonight, and I just found my happiness. Minoru Suzuki is competing on Supercard of Honor for our title. Let's freaking go.
Against Rhett Titus, of all people.
Oh, shit, I saw Suzuki, but I couldn't see it was Rhett Titus.
It was Rhett Titus!
It's gonna be a banger.
I'm going to throw a little drinking game out there for the fans watching our stream on the weekend. Every time James drops an F-bomb, you got to take a shot.
Dude, I am not going to be responsible for alcohol poisoning my audience. Shame on you.
Don't do that. Honestly, Mike and I then have to do that for, and they'd be dead.
Okay. Before you start, I know you're going to do your rant. JJ, if we're talking about everybody, okay, is everybody at home or including me? And I say that because I've only got 3 of these and this left. That's all I've got in the house.
Coward, you got to get
watching. We need to keep
I have plenty of moonshine.
Sober during the broadcast.
I'm glad. I am so glad I'm straight edge.
All right.
Here's
come to Tennessee, have some moonshine.
What you should have done with Pat McAfee. Ready?
Yep.
How do you not see I said this to Mike, and Mike heard this comment. Mike heard me say this on Owen's show. How do you have Pat McAfee on your roster who has a contact with Tom effing Brady, and you don't do a match between Pat McAfee and Roman Reigns, CFL versus NFL, with Tom Brady as the special guest referee for the WWE Universal title? Hello?
That's right.
Because that requires money. And they don't have
common sense. Good creative. That requires good creative. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, I mean, when you're owned by Peacock.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Jeff, what's next?
Oh God, I don't know anymore. Oh, that's right. We actually have title matches going forward. What a concept. Okay. However, We do. But
Like
Mikey,
prop matches.
Mikey, Step, I'll go ahead and go to you with this one because this is another one of those. I would say it's a bathroom break match. We'll probably miss the whole friggin' match going to the bathroom. Lashley and Omos.
What?
This is going to be really quick because it's a joke. It's a joke match. Bobby just came back from shoulder surgery, so that's good for him. But I'm going to say this goes to Bobby because he just came back and he has to have the win. Otherwise, no one's going to challenge Omos, and Omos is just why does Omos even need a match? So, quick version: Bobby wins hands down.
Yeah, I'm a stat boy. It's not even a question. It shouldn't be.
Anybody have differing opinion there?
What am I watching? What am I seeing?
Lashley. That's all I
Don't
gotta say
start
about that.
crap.
They needed to give Lashley a match, and there you go.
Exactly.
That don't mean they need to give Omos a match. God. God
James, it will be a bell, a spear, and it's
He is
over.
the holiday Khali for crying out loud.
This match and that New Day tag match get added out of nowhere, but the mid-card titles aren't on the line.
Yeah. So,
What
if
is
I
the
may,
purpose
rein
of
in
it?
the thought process. I agree with
right.
JJ what he said 100% there, but let me just say this. You had a guy who has, from what we've been, and again, this is all stuff we're being allowed to hear through the internet dirt sheet buzz room, whatever the hell you want to call it, okay? We have a guy who apparently the management's very high on. They paired him with AJ Styles early on, which is never a bad thing, except for, of course, if you're AJ. And he doesn't leave his feet at all. Hasn't been knocked down. Hasn't even gone down to one knee, freaking Yokozuna status at WrestleMania 9. The Raw before Mania, which if it happens at WrestleMania, it's a big friggin' deal. But it happens on the 3-hour goddamn, I guess it's another one of this bullshit shows Raw. Omos goes down instead on that show. That's why I have a problem with
kidding me?
You gotta remember, Jeff, James doesn't watch Raw.
I apologize. Good Lord.
Jeez, man.
I'm so baffled. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. I have zero problem with
Andre and Hogan.
Yeah, I have zero problem as I covered the Hogan reference on my shirt. I have zero problem with Lashley and Omos being at WrestleMania. No problem with that whatsoever. I have a problem with the fact that the moment of Omos happened on Raw instead of that Mania. That's where I have the issue with it. So, anyway. The hell we're at now? I freaking lost track. I was trying to make sure I had the bus on time here. Okay, we're good to go. So, this match, I'm actually, again, I said it on social media, and I scared my damn. Whoa, we're all up in James's face here. Extreme close up.
That's my full POV of my reaction to that decision.
We don't need full POV. We're trying to stay monetized on YouTube. Anyway,
not like that. Not like that.
I know. Hey, I gotta go with the joke when it's handed to me.
That
okay?
is
Anyway,
true. That is true. I've done it before.
Gotta be quick on it. My dad taught me that, man. If you have a quick wit in this world, you got nothing. All right. Raw tag titles, I'm invested. And I hate that I'm invested because I've been so against Riddle for so friggin' long that I just didn't want to be liking it, didn't like the gimmick, didn't want to be in it, and instead I allowed myself to be invested. I'm looking forward to this, and the best part is any of the three teams winning, I'm 100% okay with. But Dory, give us the backstory here.
Oh, I have to agree. I'd be okay with any of the three teams winning. I'm not a real big fan of RK Bro. I mean, just I don't know. It's Randy, his character. I just have not ever really picked up on his character. Okay, but we've got RK Bro. They are now 2-time champs, Raw Tag Team Title champs, versus the Street Profits. They have held the tag team title once for SmackDown, once for Raw, and once for NXT. Got to throw that in there. And then you've got Alpha Academy. They've held the title once. And I kind of I feel like Alpha Academy, Chad and Otis are kind of the underdogs here, and I'd like to see them win. I would like to see the underdogs take it. but I definitely don't want to see RK Bro retain overall. But I think it's going to be an interesting match. It should be fun. It should be fun. But give it to either Street Profits or Alpha Academy.
All right.
Go ahead.
Flip a coin and pick a challenger team.
Yeah.
Does anybody think that the champions lose, and this is the moment we've been waiting for a year almost, where Riddle turns on Randy or vice versa?
Yes, but
Randy will turn on Riddle.
Okay.
I think it's the other way around. I think it's the other way around.
It's going to be the other way around for
Yep.
one simple reason. Randy used the F word to Riddle.
Yep.
He let his wall down and called Riddle his friend.
Exactly. Thank you, Jay.
There you go.
And Riddle is going to strike as a result. He's going to betray that friendship.
Then again, we just talked about how they threw away a body slam angle and getting Omos down on his feet on Raw, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just decided not to do it at all.
You also got to consider the fact that this is WrestleMania, and they actually might save that angle, which I do feel is inevitable to happen after WrestleMania. Because right now, they have put more stock in RK Bro than anything else in the entire tag team division, or state thereof, across both shows. And it's why, especially after that angle on Monday night, I feel like in a triple threat, my heart goes out to Alpha Academy because Chad Gable is one of my favorites. Okay, he is so good.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
based on what I heard about how he and Otis always wanted to be a team together as a real life story, I love that. They're becoming sympathetic baby faces now, and now you got Street Profits that no longer going to want the smoke. They're going to want something else. They're going to try and go heel to be embarrassed on Monday Night Raw. Looking at this match, though, I do feel like they are going to give the title still to RK Bro and extend the storyline with the Street Profits and RK Bro into potentially WrestleMania Backlash. Again, it's the show of WrestleMania rematches, so I have RK Bro retaining.
Okay, so
There you go.
that's one.
As the sirens play in the background for the death knell of the tag team reign of RK Bro.
Hopefully.
I have one thing I want to say. The
Yes,
only
sir. Go
thing
ahead.
that any outsider that hasn't been watching Monday Night Raw, like yours truly, remembers about RK Bro is the fact that off air, Randy Orton hilariously threatened Alpha Academy by throwing an, and I quote, effing scooter at them.
Right.
That's the only memorable thing that a majority of the people are ever going to care about. So
Very true.
that's my thoughts there.
That's a fair thought, too.
JJ, you were commenting on Riddle at first, and you were saying it's going to be the opposite, that Riddle turns on Randy, and feel free to elaborate, my friend. Go ahead.
That's as far as I'm going with that part of it, but my official pick is for Alpha Academy.
Alpha Academy as well.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, I
respect that.
Yep, I'm picking Alpha Academy just because they seem like they've put more stock in their belief in Alpha Academy more than they have the Profits, and which is kind of sad because I like Montez and Dawkins both. I really do. But it's just
I really like them also.
I really like Chad Gable, and I really even like Otis as he's evolved into this character that, hey, for me, toward the end of 2020, 2021, Otis was my damn hero, man. He got the girl, he got the storyline, everything was great for the fat guy, and then WWE happened. So I mean, for real. So I am here for that. Otis has a legitimate storyline and with a longtime legitimate friend. So I have them winning the titles as well. All right. I'll wait for James to come.
Let me say for some homework assignment, I really recommend, since you never got into the Orton character, going back and watching his, pun intended, evolution from his debut through his shoulder injury and the Randy News Network skits that he did to becoming the Legend Killer, all the way up until he dropped the world title back to Triple H, and just watch how he grew as a performer, both in the ring, on the mic, persona, all the way around. And then you'll understand why so many of us are like huge Orton fanatics. Exactly. And then you can even jump ahead to the birth of the legacy and watch that stuff also.
That's a homework assignment I think I can handle when I have a time off.
There you go. So everybody in here, I'm assuming, and I'm pretty sure I'm confident in that I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm pretty sure everybody in here will agree with this. We were fans growing up, watching the Attitude Era, watching the early days of TNA wrestling when it was NWA TNA.
Yes. Well,
for
somewhat.
me, okay, I'm talking like when they were in the asylum, before they went to Fox Sports, before they went on Spike and really started trying to be more WWE like when they were TNA and they were their own identity.
Yes.
So based on those facts alone, the fact that Attitude Era was arguably the greatest era in wrestling history, and the fact that TNA was so good the early, I'd say 2.5 years, this match for me has me freaking hitting the damn junkie button right here. Edge and AJ Styles. My God. And again, Statboy, I'll let you take the lead since I kind of freaking usurped your Lashley Omos taking the lead thing here. Go ahead, Mikey. Feel free, man.
Honestly, I want to hear Dory's thoughts on this because she is really torn.
You suck.
She likes them both. So if it, I know, I got to hear this first. Yes, I'll quickly throw out that I am rooting for AJ. Edge doesn't need this win, but I'm paying good money to hear Dory's thoughts on this. So go ahead.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, well, for those of you who don't know, Mikey and I are roommates, so I know where he sleeps. He won't choose his words because I do sleep with a knife under my pillow.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
So the red flag's been hit. Good to know. Red flag.
I'm prepared
red
right
flag.
now. I've got my knife in my hand.
We are
What is going on?
So double.
We are gathered
Like
here today at Ring of Honor Friday to honor the loss of Statboy Mike Caldwell, who done put his foot in his mouth. But anyway,
And Dory Lou. Apparently, they're gonna just have a massacre right live on air.
that's it.
What the hell is happening?
Oh no!
No. I could have better control and patience than that. I mean, I did raise 3 boys by myself, so I can handle Statboy. I put him in his place regularly.
Are you sure about
Yes,
that?
she does.
Okay, good man. He actually admitted to it. Good man.
She puts me in my place more than this guy and that guy, okay?
Dory, go
What are
ahead.
you doing, Jeff?
I'm telling you to reel it in, goddammit. Dory, go ahead.
All right, so yes, I am a fan of both Edge and AJ Styles, but I will have to rein this in a little bit and say I'm actually more a fan of Edge's real life than I am of Edge the wrestler. So I am very excited to watch this match. It's been building up. I can't wait to see what happens here. I really kind of loved Edge going in. Was it last week, the week before? And interfering in that match with Seth and AJ. I hate that AJ got hurt. I'm really voting for AJ on this. I really want to see AJ take this. That is what I'd like to see, what I'm hoping to see. I just think it's going to be a really fun match. Is that fair?
All really we should hope for, because this will be something cool to watch, at least for my money, because like I said, you've got two Edge, who has come back after being gone for so long, and letting his body do its thing for him finally. It's going to be good to see him in the ring with a wrestler. Let me just say that again. Being in the ring with a wrestler who can have him go long term with him on camera in the ring. JJ,
yes.
Let me ask you, since Mikey passed the buck to Dory, I'm going to go ahead and skip over Mikey's ass now. JJ, where are you at here?
I agree with the super chat that's been sent in by Walter Cruz.
Oh, I got a super chat.
AJ Edge will steal the show. At the end of the day, I agree with Mikey's sentiment that he gave before he threw it over to Dory. Edge doesn't need it.
Right.
Bottom line.
Exactly.
Edge doesn't need it.
I will say,
If nothing, AJ.
Hang on, James. Hang
this-
on, James. Hang on.
If nothing, AJ should get this for having to be Christian's lackey back in TNA. Who remembers that?
I
do.
remember you.
I actually
know.
loved that. I love that, AJ. I thought that was the funniest segments that they've done in TNA history. Or some of them.
AJ Styles gets the win. This match will be simply, not stupendous,
Right.
phenomenal.
There you go. And reeking of awesomeness, dare I say. Dare I say it.
Yeah.
James, go ahead.
To your point, I can also make the argument, and this is truth, to be honest here. You can make the same. You can say the same for AJ. He doesn't necessarily need to win. Who the hell thought we'd be saying that, like, during this time period, especially with current WWE? Are you kidding me?
Right.
Like, they have really done a great job utilizing AJ. That's probably the only star that they have had in, like, the last 2 decades that has actually been utilized properly and has been a former multi-time world champion and Triple Crown and even Grand Slam winner.
Right.
Like, he's the only one that they've protected. Like, yeah, he had that Omos thing, but at least that was something, you know?
Right.
And they actually treated him like he was the guy carrying the ship. So, like, when you really think about it like that, it's like they really protected this guy. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. I think Styles is going to win, but if he took a loss, I wouldn't be that bent out of shape about it, to be honest with you, because I'm confident they know what the hell they're doing with AJ. He's about the only person I have confidence in, because he's the only one that they seem to care about that's not named Roman or Brock. So,
Right.
It's very rare that WWE properly utilizes somebody that Vince didn't create.
yes.
AJ is one of those very rare exceptions.
Yeah, and again, it's as much as Edge's return definitely galvanized us all. It was such a heartwarming, wonderful thing to see at the Rumble when it happened. I think AJ in the last year has definitely built up enough credit, if you will, dealing with the being saddled with the Omos thing and trying to get him over, which again is not a bad thing. You put somebody like Omos, somebody like AJ Styles, it should work out more often than not. So I think they're going to give AJ, okay, AJ, you took the guy we saw on that Raw Underground thing and you really helped him along here. Here's a WrestleMania win for you against one of the greatest WrestleMania performers, I dare say, ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, kids, buckle up. Here we go.
Hold on, we still got Noah. We got.
I know. I'm just trying to get ready for what's coming. So, Noah, go ahead and go. Noah, what are your thoughts on this Edge and AJ spectacular? We're hopefully going to see.
I feel like it's going to be an instant classic and probably match of the entire WrestleMania. And as far as these two go, I don't feel it's a one-off, and I feel AJ Styles deserves the WrestleMania moment. But with a new Edge villain, how far will this guy go for the win, and how far can I see this feud going? Edge calls himself the mountain, now he calls himself the benchmark. I call AJ Styles literally the standard of professional wrestling. AJ Styles fell short out of the WrestleMania moment, out of WrestleMania 32, and part of me wants to see AJ Styles win, but I just don't see them being done after this match too. Figured about series of matches that these two can have. And AJ Styles, when he usually has a feud, it's a series of matches. I have Edge pulling out a devious win here, and we keep this going too. I have Edge winning.
Wow. All right.
Before we continue with other picks, I just want to put this out there because I feel like it never gets brought up nearly enough. AJ is one of the very select few that has ever held, and scratch TNA out for a second. He's the only one that's ever won the NWA's world title, the IWGP World's title, and the WWE World's title. 3 of the most prestigious championships in wrestling history AJ's held.
Yep.
I think that deserves to be brought up because I feel like that's not nearly brought up enough.
I would agree.
Well, yep, definitely.
So as far as this match, James, where are you at with that?
I agree, AJ. I'm 100% on AJ here. But wouldn't be mad if Edge won.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be upset if Edge won. And Noah made a great sales pitch But who's to say that AJ's victory won't help Edge slip deeper into this demented state that he's started to develop for himself?
It could go either way. It could go either way, and I would not mind it. This is the match, literally, that I'm fine no matter what happens, because I know it's going to deliver.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mike, what about you? What do you got? Who do you have in this?
Oh, I'm going to be the odd man out, aren't I? I'm going to have to.
Really?
I have to. If everybody goes one direction, then it doesn't function or work properly. I'm going to have to go Edge, and I know how he'll win.
Go ahead.
Because I don't think he's done it yet, to my knowledge. I'll admit if I'm wrong, and that's fine. I feel like he's going to counter the Styles. He's going to counter the phenomenal forearm into the spear. And that's how he's going to win.
I like that.
I could also see him counter the Styles Clash into a freaking roll-up.
Well, possibly, but he's going to get him out of the air where he's the most vulnerable because Edge has one of the greatest catch finishers in the business.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
True that.
Now, Styles will probably win via popular vote, and that's absolutely fine. But I think Edge, when it comes to being a competitor that's able to think on his feet during matches, I think Edge might be able to take it very easily.
Yeah, true.
It's not a bad idea with the whole getting him out of air philosophy. What if AJ goes into his well of tricks, pulls out the spiral tap, and catches him with the spear?
There you go.
We'll
catches him with the spear out of the spiral tap? I think that's a bit complicated.
If anybody can do it, it's these two guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Dude, if they do that spot of the effing weekend, I won't even cap. Like, Ring of Honor would have a hard time topping that if they actually pulled that off.
Yeah,
legitimately.
Sure.
Mikey, what's your official pick? Because you threw it over to Dory and we haven't come back to you.
Oh, I said I'm rooting for AJ because, like I said, Edge.
So we got
Edge
Noah,
doesn't need it,
and Michael X is the Edge heads, and everybody else is going for AJ.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Meacham, bring us home with the main event.
Hey.
All right. So I'm going to go last on this. I'm not going to say a word until everybody's done. I'm going to start again up in the corner with Noah. It is winner take all. It is the biggest match in WrestleMania history.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but you know what? I'll go on that. Noah Foster, Brock Lesnar, the WWE champion, Roman Reigns, the longest reigning Universal champion in history, which is history of the last 6 years. But Noah Foster, my friend, take it away.
Well, you look at these two. You look at the two ultimate people in sports entertainment that have definitely taken their entire personalities into a 360 this last year alone. You have the biggest baby face now in Cowboy Brock Lesnar, and you have the ultimate confidence in the heel that is the head of the table, the tribal chief Roman Reigns, the longest reigning Universal Champion of the modern era. And the titles right here, they're just for show because what matters here is the moment, because only one thing matters here, and that is that Roman Reigns has not beaten Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And that's really what this comes down to. Are they finally going to give Roman Reigns that moment? Or are they just going to put Brock Lesnar on top of the WWE once again, too, with both titles in hand? That's really what this comes down to. I will say this, though. Again, this is the match. This is the character development saga that has been building for, as you said, how many freaking years? 6 years? What is this? WrestleMania 37, right? No, 38. 38. So 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years. Yeah.
Yep, and this is their third encounter one-on-one at WrestleMania. And so far, it has been basically Brock Lesnar has bloodied and beaten the hell out of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns hasn't beaten Brock Lesnar. WrestleMania 31, both were a non-factor against each other because Seth with the cash-in of the century. As far as this goes, you look at the marquee, you look at what's ahead. You got Money in the Bank, you got SummerSlam, but Money in the Bank has both these men on there. And again, I don't give a shit about the titles. The titles are irrelevant. It comes down to the moment. If they're going to truly put stock in the future of this company in Roman Reigns right now, they got to give him the one thing he hasn't done yet. And just because of that, I'm going with Roman Reigns stands tall at the end of WrestleMania.
I agree with Noah. I mean, if they don't do it, I don't know what they're thinking. Because Roman This is arguably the best run that Roman's had. And this
Ever.
They finally booked this correctly. Do not do the WWE thing and trip right when you get to the damn finish line, because swerve, damn it! Because we know you're listening. Apparently that's a thing. Give it to Roman. For God's sake, give it to Roman. And he, he's heel now. You finally got him right. Don't give it to Brock. Give it to Roman. I'm going with Roman.
There you go. Mikey X.
Oh God, it's gonna be Brock, isn't it? It's gonna be Brock. It's gonna be Brock.
I hope
it's
you're
gonna
wrong,
be Brock.
Mike.
No. Let's be upfront right now. It's gonna be Brock. And why is it gonna be Brock? Because he's Brock Lesnar. That's it. There's no other reason. There could be a billion other reasons why he would win, but the real reason is that he's Brock and he's Vince's baby, and Vince's baby gets whatever Vince's baby wants.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Brock. Listen, I want it to be Roman. I want it to be Roman because I'm so tired of this cowboy at this point. Even though he's a fake Viking more than anything else. However,
True enough.
It's gonna be Brock. You want the truth? It's Brock. Brock's gonna win because he's Brock.
I really hope you're wrong. But there's that sinking gut feeling that I have to use an F word here. So apologies, Jeff, in advance. They're gonna fuck it up somehow. They're going to. I feel like that. I do feel that, pit in my stomach. And as a fan that has experienced that more often than not with this company, this is why I say set yourself for the very lowest of expectations and you will never be disappointed. I'm expecting this to be a complete crap show. And I feel like they'll still somehow top that. This is WWE now. This is why I think I enjoyed the Royal Rumble so much, because I didn't expect anything from that. And honestly, if I did, I think I'd be a lot like one of these people that just crapped all over it. So who knows? I hope Mike's wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just went with Brock because he's Brock. But I'm still sticking with Roman.
Miss Story Lou.
I have to agree. I think as much as I don't want to see it, it's going to be Brock. But I'd also like to think, this is the third time they're facing each other one-on-one in WrestleMania, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
I mean, it'd nice to be able to say third time's a charm and Roman takes it. But from what everybody's saying about Brock being Vince's baby, it's going to be Brock. And it's going to keep the storyline going.
God, please, no.
Stat Boy.
Let me channel my inner Paul Heyman in this and say this.
Lord, here we go.
You really, if you really want to piss off the crowd, there's one little bit in this matchup that has not been stated. There has to be a winner.
Yep.
What are the odds that by some miracle or something stupid happens where they pin each other?
What?
Put that thought into your head for a quick second, then get rid of it because I said it. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I'm in big trouble. I'm looking over my shoulder right now because I'm going to get lit.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. As much, there's no secret. I'm no Brock Lesnar fan. I want to see Roman end his reign, so that's why I threw that out there. So I'm gonna say Roman continues his long reigning title run. He doesn't need the WWE title. It's a plaything at this point. He does not need both titles. He can drop that one to whoever he wants and keep the Universal thing going. But I'm going with Roman.
Good man.
Renegade.
Jeff Meacham Network.
Thank
Acknowledge me. I have 3 points that I'm going to bring up here very, very quickly because I know how we're trying to wrap things up so that Jeff can get out on time. Number 1, this is Rock and Austin Part 2. Who is Roman's family? He is in the role of The Rock. Lesnar in the role of Austin. They fought twice. Lesnar has won twice. How did Rock Austin 3 go? That's right. Rock finally got his victory.
Mm-hmm.
Roman's going to get his. Point number 2. Roman is going to win for one very simple reason. The fans now want Brock to win.
Yep.
When Brock was just a part-timer, everybody shit all over Brock for being a part-time champion. Never there, never on any of the shows, barely defending the title.
Yeah, in fairness,
This MFer has been on every effing show this year.
Yep.
Not counting NXT.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that the fans are solidly behind Cowboy Brock as a babyface, they're not going to give the fans what they want.
Of course not.
Point
That makes
number
sense.
3.
Yeah.
There is a man going into the Hall of Fame on Friday night who is 25-2. Who were the 2?
Yeah.
These 2 men right here in the main event of WrestleMania. No commentator has brought that up. And I feel like it's a huge disservice to this match.
Oh, no
That
doubt.
fact just makes it even bigger.
But it's not sports entertainment of you, JJ. We can't do stat boy logic. We just can't do it. We just can't have it happen.
This is why I had
by the
JJ
way,
go.
Noah. Good rant.
That's why I had JJ go last, because he said exactly what I wanted to say without it having to come out of my mouth first, because everybody thinks I just take the ego reins and run with it. Dude, they are still, for whatever reason, building toward The Rock coming in. And the only way to really have the Rock Roman thing really mean anything is if Roman does the exact same thing his cousin did. Finally get that WrestleMania albatross off his neck. And that, in Roman's case, is definitely Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Roman walks out of night 2, the undisputed, whatever the hell they're going to call the championship. All right. So I am so glad we have time, which is always good. So anyway, let me just say this. Thank you all for being a part of this. I really appreciate everybody here. I appreciate everybody that's going to be involved in the crazy commentary this weekend, because there's going to be a lot of it going on. Again, we've got Ring of Honor coverage come up tomorrow night after the return of Dad's Not Always on Wrestling, and it's not original time slot, but it's actually going to be uploaded on time. So give me a little bit of freaking stank on my name for that one. But on both the Custody Studios channel and the Jeff Meacham Network for that at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific. Get yourselves a pee break. Get yourselves a make your dinner early break. Come back at 7 o'clock Eastern. Watch Ring of Honor with us. JJ will be popping in with Hall of Fame updates and probably SmackDown updates if you get a chance to watch SmackDown. And or not, I can just be talking on my ass, which is fine. I don't mind talking on my ass. The Lord knows I do it all the time anyway, so it's all good. It's totally fine. And then we've got WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I actually get to have company over here. Like, I'm going to have people actually over at the house while I'm trying to work. So I get to have all kinds of stuff going on. I'm going to enjoy myself thoroughly. Wow. Is there anybody in here that wants to plug anything, since we have a little bit of time before we sign off?
Well, considering both of us are actually here to plug our CAW league, I would like it if you would allow us to plug that.
Go for it, dude. To take all minutes, by all means.
I will not take up too much time with it, but if you're wondering what me and this, sorry, I don't know what I'm pointing because it's.
I'm not either. It's horrible. I do every week.
Okay, so it's not just me. This guy over here and I run a CAW league called Weymouth Youth Wrestling. Around 2019, on No DQ CAW, I said, hey, Vince, I can't wait to produce an 8-hour event that actually has quality that justifies the quantity of the show. And that's exactly what we did. It's called WYW Immortal. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch it, go watch it. I believe it's very, very close to reaching 3,000 total concurrent viewers on 3 separate channels. Go check it out on Casey's channel because that's the one where OBS didn't fuck up. And give that a shot. YouTube.com/user/MetalNut1120, and then our main channel for the CIW League, YouTube.com/user/WYW Pride. And if you're wondering why this guy is a big part of it, this guy is the World Heavyweight Champion of the show, first ever. So I say you guys check it out if you're a fan of video games. Basically, I'll take a page out of Casey's book. You all like digital characters beating the shit out of each other? Go check out Weymouth Youth Wrestling.
Noah Foster, in addition to being here with us, you have been seemingly on every channel in the history of wrestling YouTube media this week. What is going on over in No DQ land coming up the rest of this week?
As far as No DQ land, Aaron Rips, he's got nothing but non-stop streams of live cap and reviews, so just keep following him and say yes to No DQ. As far as I go, I'm just the guy that simply promotes professional wrestling wherever I can, from wherever, because I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! God bless the goodness and greatness in this industry. But I digress. So find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and Foster 1916, where I'm hosting 3 predictions leagues. Well, now 4 with the Jeff Meacham games now official here. And good luck to everybody here. Great job, everybody. This should be fun for the first time. Round 1. But I got leads going for Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, and the WWE. So find those forums all on my Twitter and No DQ's Twitter platforms too. There'll be a simple, impactful duo panel where me and Jerry Impact will be discussing the multiverse of matches tomorrow morning at some point too, live on my channel. I'll be doing also quick preview predictions for, of course, NJPW Lone Star Shootout. And maybe I'll even add a little more to what we already discussed to Ring of Honor Supercard Bar, now that we got 2 matches, including the freaking King, Minoru Suzuki's now going to face Red Titus for the Ring of Honor Television Championship, and Tully Blanchard has a new client, taking on Ninja Mac. So this should be interesting. As always, I'd like to conclude, though, there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters, just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. And boy, are we passionate or what. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, guard your mentality, especially in this age of social media, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. And again, folks, just have a good night. I am so damn ready for this weekend. And Bloodsport 8 was fucking epic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, we got a phone from Noah. There you go. All right, so with that being said, everybody in the room, we'll close with this, and then we'll go into the video to close it out. If everybody here's ready for WrestleMania, give me a hell yeah. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a great night.